Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We are back again here today at the only place that we always can be. And as you already know, that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today, we have yet again another episode of new pickups. This is episode 85. I cannot believe it. We are on our way to episode 100. Like I said, I wanted to make it to that before we hit the new year. So, we just got into October. We still got all of October, all of November, and all of December. And we have 15 more episodes to go before we are there. We're almost there. We're on our way. We are just crazy to think. It all started with one episode. Here we are 85 episodes later. And I say it all the time. If you've been with me for 84 previous episodes, I appreciate you so much. And if this is your first time here, I appreciate that as well. And we're going to get right into it as we always do. The first thing on today's list is a couple of items that I got from a good buddy of mine, Mr. Dean. Dean out there in the New York area. Let me tell you something about Mr. Dean. Dean is a great Facebook friend of mine, a friend that I have made through wrestling, through collecting. And I have done business with him multiple times. He is such a pleasure to do business with, and he helped me to complete a couple of things here this week. So, as you guys may already know, I showed off in one of the more recent episodes of New Pickups. We just recently got the Steel Cage full-scale accessory. It is the one that's got Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman on the front. Now, it was a ringside exclusive. I didn't even know that. I think it came out around the time that I really wasn't collecting, but it did come with two exclusive ring skirts. One is a more modern Extreme Rules ring skirt. I think it also says WWE Network on it as well. And the other one was a old school ECW style ring skirt. And when I had purchased the cage from another buddy of mine, Tim, who's local to me, he gave me a great deal on it, but it was missing the ring skirts. So I was like, all right, not a big deal. I think I can find them. Sure enough, very, very close to that day of purchase, I see Dean on Facebook. And of course, if you guys already know, you can check me out on the Matt's Wrestling Collectibles Facebook page. We have all of our friends up there posting their goods, what they got for sale, what they got for trade. And always remember that we do have two separate pages. We have one that is a group page. That's where all of that interaction will go down. And we also have a main page, which is just like a business page, where I promote sales and other little things on there as well. So make sure that you're not only following both, but make sure you're on the right one. But needless to say, Dean had posted it, and he posted a lot of great stuff that I needed and a few things that I didn't. But I said, you know what, let me buy it all, and the stuff that I don't need, I'll just wind up selling. So without further ado, let me show you guys right here. We have the Extreme Rules ring skirt that does go to that cage. I'm excited for this, get to add that to the package with everything else. So now we just need to get the ECW ring skirt. I'm going to have to be looking for that one next. But this one here, as I said, Extreme Rules and WWE Network. And this unfolds into 4 separate sides. And obviously they reverse each other. So very, very cool. Like I said, WWE Network on there. It's just, it's crazy to think, when that was the big thing for quite some time. I can imagine this had to have come out somewhere around that time. I think the network started. God, when did the network start? Oh boy, 2000 and I don't know, 10, 12, something like that. I can't even remember. Maybe it was a little bit after that, but somewhere around there. So I'm assuming, with all the products they were making, they're always trying to capitalize on every little bit that they can. And remember, you can get the network for just $9.99. Weren't those the days, huh? But I do miss the WWE Network, that is for sure. And for the people that are lucky to still have it and just that and don't have to go through all these other services, I'm very envious of you. But up next, more skirts that we got from Dean. And this Raw one here was actually one I was going to put up for sale, but it has a error on it. So if we go flip this around here, you can see WWE Network. It is straight there. But if we flip it the other way, this one's upside down. And that's how it is connected into this. It's they're all, like I said, they all connect to each other. It was a factory error that the network was flipped upside down on that other side. So instead of trying to sell it and make sure that that is seen in the post, I said, you know what, we'll just keep it. It's another era of Raw, and I do love it, and I don't really have a reason to get rid of it. You know what I mean? Up next, We got another cool one here. I don't know what set this came from. I don't know if you could just buy these back in the day. I think that's where they initially came from, was ringside. But we got these Royal Rumble ring skirts, which are very, very cool. And I like this a lot because I actually had the Jakks version of this and their full-scale, real-scale ring. And how much of a throwback is that, huh? To the blue steel cage full-scale ring there that we had. That was, what a time to be a wrestling fan, and what a time to be a collector. Jakks was doing the most back then, that is for sure. This next one here, I think this one also did not come with the ring. This is similar to the one that you would get with the Raw is War ring that Kane came with, but the reason why we're keeping this is we already have the Kane figure. I don't need the scale ring. It's not really that important. So to have the ring skirts, like I said, a set of 4 here, they go all the way around. So very, very cool. Raw is War ring skirts. And up next, last but not least, as far as the open ring skirts are concerned, we also kept these as well, the black and gold original NXT real scale skirts. So love these, and again, hopefully someday in the near future, we'll be able to make a display, really, show the stuff off. But until then, they'll wind up in the accessory drawer. And with that NXT skirt there, we also did keep these real scale yellow ring ropes, so that's very cool there. I do have a set of red ring ropes that will be going up on the MERCARI. I have a WCW Monday Nitro ring mat, the full canvas mat, the Nitro skirts that go around it, a set of white ring ropes, and I don't know if I had something else in that bundle, but that'll also be up on MERCARI as well. And we got a couple other things here. We got WrestleMania 31. WrestleMania 31, this is brand new, sealed. These are ring skirts, again, all four sides. So very cool, wanted to keep this one as well. Always like keeping the WrestleMania stuff. And we also kept this here, too. It's a turnbuckle pack from Ringside exclusive. And works with, the authentic scale Mattel rings there, or they might have been wicked cool toys at the time. And we have these in the bottom. So originally in here, you would get 8 of these, I think. I believe so. I think it's 8 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe, might even be more than that. 2, 4, 6. So it was 12. So I get, to do a whole ring. What am I saying? So yeah, enough to do a whole ring if you had to replace them. But I wound up keeping 6 in the bottom row there, and I wanted this package just to throw it in with my accessories. And we're going to have these ring buckles here up on MERCARI, so if anybody needs them, if anybody's looking for them, they will be up there. And I got to give a shout out. I got to give a shout out to a friend of the channel, a friend of my MERCARI, a friend of the MWC family, my buddy James. I want to give a big shout out to him. James messaged me last week, and he purchased about, I'd say maybe 8 or 10 items from me in one shot on my MERCARI, all heads and hands and accessories and stuff like that. And he just messaged me with some very kind words and said, I've been looking for so much of this stuff. I can't wait to make another purchase from you. You really are a customizer's dream. And as that made me feel great. It really did. I was so happy to be able to deal with James, and it's always great when I can make, a friend through MERCARI, through, being a customer to a customer friend. I always love that, and it's always great to add to somebody else's journey in their collection and what they may be doing. So a big shout out to James. If you're watching, thank you so much for those kind words. And I hope all of the customs that you are working on are just the most absolute coolest thing when they're done. I can't wait to see them. He said he's going to send me some pictures over to the Facebook page, so I can't wait to see those. And again, a big shout out to our buddy James for being not only a subscriber and a great friend of the channel, but just being able to, be a customizer. I give everybody who does that so much credit. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. And it's just, it's something that I do occasionally, but, very, very slim in what I do these days, because it's just very time consuming. So, but again, big shout out to James. We're going to keep it moving here. And this is episode 85. And I already told you the episodes in the 80s are going to be for the ladies, because we are trying to catch up on the female wrestling portion of the collection. So I have been trying very hard to fill some gaps. The other night we had sad news. TNA, and this was the other night, Victory Road, TNA Unfortunately, Ash by Elegance, she retired, relinquished the TNA Knockouts Championship, and we don't know exactly what the future holds for her. At that moment, unfortunately, I went from being just a fan, as I have been, to being one of these crazy fans that instantly had to go out and make sure that I added her to the collection. So for you who may not know, for some of you who may not know, Dana Brooke, WWE, that is who Ash by Elegance once was. And right here in front of you, we've got her figure from WWE with the NXT background. Very cool figure here. I think she had 2 or 3 figures from WWE. There was one other one that I was contemplating getting, but I wasn't really a big fan of the head scan on it. It just didn't fit right. And if it was the same scan, maybe it was the hair that was with it. Just didn't seem right. I like this one a lot. But Dana Brooke, again, Ash by Elegance, unfortunately, who knows what's going on. Wish her the best. I was so happy to see her win the title. That was awesome. Right in front of me. NXT Heatwave. Me and my buddy Joe were sitting there, and I had said something prior to the match about it. And I said, it's a shame that I wasn't recording, because how crazy it would have been to be able to put that up afterwards and, say to everybody, oh, I had this planned. I had this picked out. But I was very happy to see her win the title. Unfortunately, the circumstances that are underway, we don't know the full details yet, but I'm sure we will at some point in the near future. So Dana Brooke, Ash by Elegance, finally in the collection. Very cool figure there. And we're going to keep it going with the ladies. We got one more who is up for a little bit of a showing here on this video. And it is not only so great to put this into the collection, but it is a first of many. It is the first figure that she has ever had. It is the first figure of this line, of this series, that I am putting into my collection. Who could it be but none other than Missy Hyatt? And I'll tell you, I am excited for this one. Big Rubber Guys, Major Wrestling Pod. I love them. Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, great team. And of course, how would you say, the greatest lawyer in professional wrestling? Would it be Smart Mark Sterling? But the guys that make up the Major Pod, I love them so much. Love watching their videos, and I'm so happy to add this to the collection. Pre-ordered this back in January, I think, or early February. It was supposed to be here in June. We just got it about, I don't know, when did we get this? About maybe a few days ago. So a little late to the party, but it's all right. I'm very happy to have this. Missy Hyatt, her first figure, Big Rubber Guys, LJN style figures. And it's crazy to even think that at one point I had so many of these figures as far as the LJNs, not Big Rubber Guys, but original LJNs. And sold them, over time, with everything else in the collection before we restarted collecting again a few years back. And it's just been, I don't know, one of those things that I just haven't really had the reason to add. I had a Big John stud, wound up putting him up for sale. He's still up for sale on the MERCARI. I guess technically, everything that's for sale is still mine. So I guess we could say that I technically do have a Big John stud currently, but as I always say, my stuff that's in the collection versus my stuff that is for sale are two different things. And that's why I always tell you guys, whenever you see stuff on the walls or on these videos, they're always, items that are going in my collection. So if you see something that's for sale on the MERCARI, it's not my personal item. So that's always the big difference there. But Missy Hyatt, Big Rubber Guys, how cool is this? A great figure all the way around. Spin it around to the back here and look at the amount of figures that they have done already. It's insane. So crazy to think. Absolutely insane. So wild. And, hey, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, this is, how do I want to say it? This is just a revival of a line and a brand and just a style of figure that so many people still love to this day, and they're giving people some of these figures that they never had before. So how cool is that? As I sit and look at the back of this now really well for the first time as I'm talking to you guys, I'm sitting there saying, oh man, I kind of need that Earl Hebner maybe, and I don't know, maybe I should also grab the Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid, but then I'm starting to sit here and go, do I need that bloody Ric Flair? It's like, I gotta relax. I gotta be careful with that, you know? I gotta be careful with these. But either way, Missy Hyatt, so happy to put her in the collection. Her first figure ever. Very, very cool. And, hey, many more to come, hopefully, from Big Rubber Guys. Up next, we're throwing it way back again to the Classic Superstar line. And, oh, did I say that the episode was for the ladies? Or did I say hello, ladies? Because it is none other than Val Venis. And Val Venis coming out of the Classic Superstar Series 18. How cool is this? Val Venis, an amazing, blah, 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 as I get tongue-tied here. Oh, my God, I got to slow it down, right? An amazing talent from when I was much younger. And, you know, a lot of people, I think a lot of people would agree. I think he needed to reach a little bit more of a height in wrestling. I think maybe some more mid-card titles, maybe some more, you know, just bigger storylines. I mean, granted, he was involved in a lot between. I mean, remember when we were in the you know, the Chop the Pee-Pee episode? That was a big one there. That was a whole deal. He was involved with the Ken Shamrock angle. He was also involved with Right to Censor. I mean, Val Venis has had many roles, as well as when he was also like GM, kinda like he was like you know what I mean. He was Chief Morley or something like that. But either way, Val Venis, crazy to have this in the collection. I really did want the other version of this where the towel was off to the side and you could see the attire, but he is wearing his iconic purple and silver that we know him for oh so well, and you can see it right there on the back. Even get a little bit closer for you. But a very cool figure nonetheless, and it's so crazy to think when this set came out how much I was searching for so many of these figures. I mean, I remember when this set came out, I was like, oh, I gotta get the Rikishi, I gotta get the Kane, we gotta get the JR, we gotta get all these figures that, you know, just meant so much to me growing up through the Attitude Era. So, and of course, not to leave out Stone Cold or anybody else, but I already had so many Stone Colds by this time. I vaguely remember not purchasing this one. So, but either way, very cool. Jakks, you know, doing their thing, and they still have great figures that do hold up all the way to today. As we continue here, I got to give a big shout out to my buddy Jordan from Flippin' Figures. Mr. Jordan is sending, just like Michael Jordan, nothing but 3-point wins here. In the clutch, it comes in before we do this episode, and it is the figure that I won on their free figure giveaway. Make sure you guys get over to Facebook, check out under groups. You want to go to Flipping Figures. That is Flipping Figures. Get over there. Make sure you check it out. Follow the rules. Don't be a jerk. Behave. Be safe on that page. And while you're there, you might just get to be able to enter yourself into a free figure giveaway. I had the choice at what I wanted, and with the win, I picked this awesome Sting. Sting here, coming out of the Retros line, like a Hasbro style figure that WWE has done, and these are very cool. Again, not something that I really collect. The last one of these I had was Jeff Hardy. Wound up selling it because I had somebody make me an offer on it. I was like, it's not really something I care about, so you know, I got rid of it. This Sting, it's a little bit different. Even though I do have a Crow Sting already in the Defining Moments, I also have Sting figures from AEW, but I really like this, and I think I'm going to hold on to it. If, you know, I mean, yeah, never say never. It could wind up on the MERCARI, but I really do like this figure, and I'm excited to add this to the collection, especially because it is on card. As I say it all the time, this thing could have been opened and re-glued onto the package and I'd be happy, but I'm always happy when something has its packaging with it, and that makes it even that much better, because, I don't know, just having like certain figures loose just don't do it for me. So, it is what it is, but very cool figure there, and a big shout out to Jordan and Flippin' Figures. Like I said, make sure you check their Facebook page out and get over there and win yourself some free figures. Up next, we're going way back yet again. We're going to the TNA line from way back. It is none other than TNA, and it is Series 8, Senshi. And guess what? He's also known as Low Ki, one of the greatest of a generation to do it. And you might also know him as Kaval, but that is, you know, probably not the best persona that he is known for. Unfortunately, WWE not doing what they should have done with him, but it is what it is. Senshi here, Low Ki, as I would like to just call him going forward, because that is I think what he's most known for is being called Low Ki. Very cool though. I love this figure. So happy to add it to the collection. And this is from, like I said, back in the TNA days when these figures were really kind of like the Mattel before Mattel. When you think about it, I didn't buy a lot of these figures because I was always like, they don't scale well with the Jakks figures. They just never did. I regret that very heavily, as we are now in an era of collecting where I have Jakks figures and Mattel figures and TNA figures, and it's just, it's all over the place, guys. It's all over the place. And I'm completely fine with it because it is what it is. You know, we have to take what we can get. We're not going to get everything scaled from the same company, and that's just the way it's going to be. But low key here, TNA Series 8, a great figure all the way around. Love this so much to add it to the collection. Like, it's crazy to think. I didn't think I'd have something like this in my collection at the moment. You know what I mean? I'm always looking at stuff, but occasionally those deals come across and you just got to grab them when you can. A few other figures from this set that I would like to get as we spin this around to the back. James Mitchell being one of them, and Chase Stevens probably being another. The Eric Young, don't think I'm going to need that because we'll probably get his Mattel figure at some point. And, you know, of course, we got so many Kurt Angles. I don't think we need that Kurt Angle specifically, but hey, low-key, looking great. Michelle McCool and Layla did nothing for him, you know, but hey, it is what it is. At least he did get a little time in the spotlight of WWE and NXT. Up next, it is a find that I've been looking for a little while now, and thankfully we finally did get it. It is none other than the Great Muta coming out of the Monday Night Wars line, and this is the NWO version, not the Chase. This is just the regular version, but I'm very excited to add this to the collection. You know, probably not going to build the $1 Million Man or the $1 Trillion Man. We're not going to build him out of this. We'll probably use those parts for something else. Don't really need the figure. Don't really care to have the figure. It's not a big deal to me, so we can use it for something else. Maybe make a custom or something. But a very cool figure here. Muta, NWO attire, NWO face paint. I mean, it's awesome. How do you just can't even go wrong with this one. It's a great pickup regardless. So if you haven't gotten one already, make sure you get out, try to find yourself one. If not, get over to ringside and pick him up because he's going to be in this series back here, the From the Vaults. I don't know why. It's the From the Vault series is starting to really lose a lot of it's losing a lot of credibility in my book. I think the From the Vault figures need to truly be from the vault. They need to be old. They need to be something that people genuinely want in a re-release. A figure like this, when they said, hey, that Muta that just came out in the Monday Night Wars line everybody loved, let's put it in the From the Vault. Somebody should have said, hey, pump the brakes, hold the mustard, pick up the phone, and listen to me. This is what's going on. Muta in the Greatest Hits line. That's where he should have been. Greatest Hits. I'd even take it in top picks. I wouldn't even care. But it should have been in Greatest Hits. It should not have been in From the Vault. But hey, I digress. What am I supposed to do? I'm over here buying it. They're the ones that are selling it. So who's the fool? It's me, right? But either way, guys, we got one more up on the block for us. And to also go with that set, as I still do need the other two, but at least we do have two down. And one of them is Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hulk Hogan at that. This is Hulk Hogan running for president, essentially. If you guys have ever seen that clip of him from WCW, if you've ever watched it, if you got to live it, you know, when it happened up close and personal. Hey, you know what? I envy you because that is a great time to be a wrestling fan. However, Hogan was talking about running for president and all this other stuff, and this was around this attire or time or whatever he was doing. So very cool to add this to the collection. I do like it. It's a little weird looking. The glasses are a little bit odd. The bandana, I feel like, looks like it's too big, and you know, there's a couple of things I'm not crazy about with it, but it is what it is. We might even display it differently. I might take those boas off, and who knows, maybe we'll put the glasses in the package somehow and display it a little bit differently. But Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, Monday Night Wars Elite line, he is going to be the wrap-up for us here today. As always, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Like I said, if you've been here for 84 previous episodes, I appreciate you so much. If today is your first episode with us, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below. Tell me what was your favorite figure here in this video today. And as well, if you haven't already, get over to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit the bell icon if you want to see and hear from me every single day, because you do know we are dropping new videos each and every single day. And as always, guys, for myself, for Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and all the figures that you've seen here today at the only place that we always can be, Matt's Wrestling Collectibles, right here on YouTube. Until the next one, guys, stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you all there.